welcome to I Can Make That. This is Jen, and today I'm going to give you some advice on what to do and what not to do when you're using your Cricut to cut out some fabric. So I picked up some felt. I have 3 different colors, and it's just your regular, this one's from Michael's, Creatology. And I also have this stuff that I picked up at Joann's. It is like heat and bond. Okay, so I took this over and ironed it on. I also have a pink and a dark pink. All 3 of them have basically the heat and bond on the back side. This could not be easier to do in Design Space. You simply go over to your shapes, select heart, bring a heart into your mat, and copy and paste it a bunch of times. I'm going to go over to Make It, and we'll see how it fits on the mat. I'm going to change right here to I don't want 12 by 12. So I'm going to change this to 9 by 12. That's the size of my felt. And now I can see that my hearts all fit on there perfectly. And it's ready to cut. Now when you get to the screen where you can set the material, I'm going to view all. And I'm going to go down to fabric. And felt is right below it. So I'm going to go with wool bonded. I'm not sure. I think that since I already bonded it to something, I think that is probably what it wants me to use. I'm going to put the deep cut blade in as well, just because I own it and I think it'll work better. Alright, so I'm putting this down on my brand new mat. Almost brand new. I actually cut some leather on this earlier, and the residue from the leather stuck to my brand new mat. Looks terrible, but anyway. So I'm gonna flatten this down. I'm using just an acrylic block. You could use anything that you have. Alright, and we're gonna let it cut and see how it works. And I knew my first one, I saw that the fabric had come up some of it. Complete fail that just happened? That would be because there was a piece you peel off the back once you put that on, which I did not realize. So now I've put this on. I put it on upside down. Hopefully I won't need those first 3 hearts it's tried to cut. And we're going to try this again, this time without the backing piece on. So take 2. Okay, complete fail number 2. This is not cutting through anything. I have furry hearts now that don't come apart at all. So, I'm going to try something else. Alright, this time I've changed out the deep cut blade for the fine point blade, and I just changed the setting to felt. Let's see how this works. Okay, so after some awesome fails last night, I've now tried the deep cut blade, a regular blade. I've added the bond to the back of this, and nothing has worked. So my guess was maybe my deep cut blade was not sharp enough, and maybe I needed a new one, possibly. So back to the store for some more stuff. I picked up this bonded fabric point blade. That's new, but it says it's for the Cricut Explore machines, so I'm going to give that a try. I picked up some starch because another video I watched showed them starching the fabric instead of putting a backing on it. And I picked up some heat and bond because everybody keeps talking about that, even though the stuff I used was the same stuff. It just wasn't heat and bond brand, but I want to make sure I can get this to work. And then here are some new corduroys. These are corduroy felts because I thought they were cuter. But I'm going to try it on both because I want to get this to cut. So back to the drawing board. This is getting expensive, but let's see how it works. Okay, I'm about to try test run number 2. This time I've swapped out the blade in the machine for a fabric blade, or I'll say bonded fabric blade that they sell. And I have a new sheet of felt, but it's the same felt and the same backing. I forgot to peel the backing off again, so here I go for the second time. However, the first cut did work perfect. So now without the backing on, and I mean the paper liner that you're supposed to take off that I forgot to take off again, I'm going to give it a shot. Right away I could tell that this was working better because the hearts weren't all frayed like they were the first cut. And all I did was change over to the other blade. There we have it. Beautiful cutout hearts on a really gross mat because of the leather I put down on it. Alright, now I'm going to try it again with no backing of any kind on the fabric. So this is a corduroy felt. It doesn't have anything on the back, it's just on my sticky mat. And I want to see if the fabric blade will work on this or if you have to bond it to something. Alright, so here is what it's doing on non-bonded fabric. It's cutting it, but it's also catching on other pieces, so you would need to trim it a little bit. However, it's not so bad. I mean, it's definitely usable. But if you want the nice, crisp, clean cuts, then you need to put some kind of a bond on the back. Alright, so I attached the same Pellon backing to this as I did to the other. This is the rest of the sheet that I used already without any backing. This time I'm actually going to remember to peel off the backing, peel off the part we don't need, and only put the right part onto my Cricut machine. And we'll see if that makes a difference in the cut. Alright, so here we are, fabric bonded using the bonded fabric blade, which makes sense. Alright, so let's see what we've got here. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, alright. So what does that mean? So basically you do need some kind of bond if you want it to work really well. It can be this one or it can be any one that you have. And I did starch the fabric, but it didn't work cutting it without the backing, so really the best thing is to do backing. But the most important thing is to invest in one of those new bonded fabric blades, because that obviously did a great job. And here we are with the red. I was a little concerned about how long the blade would last. I mean, it would be very disappointing if the blade only lasted one piece of fabric, but it looks like it did a great job again. And there we have it. So I used these hearts to make a pillow. I had seen this online and I thought it was super cute, and so I wanted to do it myself. And all I did was put the hearts onto a piece of fabric and stitch them down the center. So I'm hoping that this video will help you if you're having trouble cutting fabric with your machine. And thanks so much for watching.